could cash stolen checks. Bob Duff knows about it. I've been to Jim Himes. Hi, this is a message for Chief Kohalik, rather. I received an admission from the court on the Firetree Flynn matter, of which cashed mortgage checks were stolen, which we mentioned and I gave to the Detective Bureau. And I need your commentary about the investigation that I filed a complaint with Scully 2 weeks ago, Sergeant Scully, saying that the mayor had emails instructing the Detective Bureau not to investigate the financial crimes. Well, we have hundreds of thousands of them at this point. So I called Scully about 4 times trying to get him on the phone. I've called. I need to fill out the admission for the court. It deals with cash stolen checks. Some of them are mortgage checks for Quintard, and that's where Firetree is, and that house was foreclosed on. It's the second house we have that was foreclosed on due to cash stolen mortgage checks. So I asked for a call back. It's an ongoing investigation, I'm told. And you're on the board of Firetree, so why was Firetree doing what it was doing? And in the admission for Firetree, I need to get your response as well. I sent admissions to Norwalk years ago. The case is 4 years old. So now I'm saying that the cash stolen checks of the mortgage are in the file with the police, and I need Scully's answer as to why Harry Rilling instructed Maloney not to pursue the stolen checks. Call me back. It's 10/7 at 1 o'clock. I need to know. I have a deadline. Thanks. It's John Flynn at 203-561-0840.
Calling the Norwalk Police Department. If you have an emergency, hang up and dial 911.
What's the address? Sorry, North, please.
Hi. I left a message for the chief. I've been giving you guys cash stolen checks for 20 years. And there's an admission for the court due. I got it on October 1st. It's due right away. The court wants answers to questions about stolen checks that I gave the Detective Bureau. And my problem is that I went to Sergeant Scully 2 weeks ago saying I intercepted emails from Rilling to the Detective Bureau telling the Detective Bureau not to investigate my cash stolen checks, which led to two foreclosures already. 2 foreclosures. Well, no. I've been leaving messages all over the place with no callback. Like who? Who? Switching me around is no good, okay? I gotta switch you to somebody else. Hey, I gave you guys cash stolen checks, and I have a court document called an admission that I need to answer for the court as to what the status of the cash stolen checks are. I came in, I filed a complaint with Scully that the mayor instructed the detectives to screw me. You know about it. Excuse me. Okay, great. I recorded everything, okay? So here we go. I gave you cash stolen checks. Now that house, now hold on, you've been to my house. Remember the, you came to my house, you saw the tenant put the stuff on the front porch. I wasn't allowed to throw it out. Remember? Remember? Well, hold on. That house has been foreclosed on. That's the second one. I lost all the equity because you didn't process your investigation of cash stolen checks.
Mr. Flynn.
I've left messages for him every other day.
Yeah, but if nobody's calling you back, what does that tell you?
It tells me that you cashed the stolen checks, probably got bribed, and are in on the extortion.
Okay.
That's what I know. I'm out $47 million. How much did you get?
Not a dime.
Not a dime. Right.
I would be here if I had
The fact that you've never lifted a finger, knowing. Well, listen, I'm really getting robbed because the emails from Rilling to Maloney said, tell Mr. Flynn to sit in the long line of financial crimes that'll never be solved. Meanwhile, every time I call the detective bureau, we need more time for an ongoing investigation. The Gina Grisanti murder is 35 years old and you won't release information to her. There's a 20-year-old murder investigation also. I'm saying my investigation is 21 years old. I'm out $47 million, and you can't lift a finger because you guys are cashing the checks for Judge Adams. That's what the details show.
Do you want me to switch you to the detective bureau?
No, I want an answer so I can answer the court documents that I have a requirement to answer. Now, unfortunately, Kahalik was on the board of Firetree, which started a problem.
Mr. Flynn, I can't answer any of these questions for you. You want me to switch one?
Well, I'm sorry. Every time I call, I speak to you and I get stonewalled. And by the way, it's a violation of my property rights. It's a civil right you're violating.
Okay, do you want me to switch you to the detective?
No, I want you to answer it. You're the one who gets the questions, knows about the story. You're covering up for everyone who works for you. You obviously have some input about the cash stolen checks. There's 1,239 of them. That's a lot. The first check I gave you was $250,000. That's a lot of money. And guess what? Go ahead, laugh. Go ahead, laugh.
Yes, Mr. Flynn.
Laugh again. Is this Bloodsoe? What's her name? What's your name?
I gotta put you on hold.
I'll see you on YouTube, okay? You need to be arrested yourself.
Okay, hold on. I'll put you on hold for a minute.
I think this is Officer Bledsoe. I forget. She's completely aware that they're cashing stolen checks for Kelly Drye and Warren. Because the Norwalk police had said that they would have an absolute field day against Mark Gregory and Delphine Knight Brown, commissioners of the court. You know that attorneys are cashing my stolen checks, claiming to be my attorney that I don't know. I don't know. Why don't you laugh a little more? You're going to be on YouTube. I got 21,000 followers. That's all.
Okay. I'm not laughing. I'm just...
You were laughing your ass off.
Oh, gosh. Mr. Flynn, please. I'm very, very busy, honey.
I want an answer today about the check fraud that you guys are covering up. You know that Mark Gregory's cashing stolen checks, James Moriarty cashing stolen checks, Delphine Knight Brown cashing stolen checks.
You have reached the Norwalk Police Detective Bureau. There is no one available in the office at this time. Please leave a message and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. If you need immediate assistance, dial the main number for the Norwalk Police Department, 854-3000.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, it's John Flynn. I intercepted Rilling emails to Maloney telling me, John Flynn, to stand in a long line of financial crimes that will never be investigated. So we're at 1,239 cash stolen checks, I believe, and now a second property was taken by foreclosure. So those cash mortgage checks were given to different officers, and I recorded everything when I did it. So I'm wondering why on page, I think, 175 of Maloney's file, that he claimed that I was a domestic terrorist, and that he falsely claimed that I threatened to blow up Bank America, while he was allowing 10 attorneys who are commissioners of the court to cash stolen checks for partner Judge Adams of Kelly Drye and Warren. So I'd like the arrest of whoever was just on the phone, Bloodsoe, or whatever her name is, the tall African-American lady, who thinks it's an absolute joke, laughing her ass off. And can I get a call back about the criminal prosecution of Harry Rilling, who instructed Maloney not to investigate check fraud, when in fact I was told for 10 years that you were investigating, that you needed more time. You have an ongoing investigation, just like the Grisanti murder, 35 years old. You didn't investigate, you didn't even contact witnesses, you never checked out the truck, you never given her the file, Mrs. Grisanti, Gina Grisanti, and all along you've been saying you've been giving her information on the radio stations. You've been saying, I heard all the radio calls. So here we go. You have a practice of telling people you can't release any information because of an ongoing investigation, while you yourself are allowing lawyers who are commissioners of the court cash stolen checks for Judge Adams's law firm. I'd like a call back and know why Adams was never arrested, Mark Gregory never arrested, Delphine Knight Brown, who falsified our accounting, never arrested. I'd like to know why Chris Parent was never arrested, because he was the attorney that started the ball rolling. I'm at 13 minutes on this YouTube post. I'd like a call back. I'd like a meeting. I'd like the arrest of Harry Rilling. Have a great day.